The Mercedes W08, temperamental, a bucking Bronco, sensitive, a diva. And the Ferrari SF70H, balanced, nimble, agile, and calm. But how has the all-conquering Mercedes gone from the most dominant car of 2016 to being so tricky in 2017? What are the issues with this car? How would you explain it to someone who's not, into aeromechanical balances and all of that malarkey?
I wouldn't attempt to.
Really? Why? Is that because it's that complicated?
No, it's just a waste of my time.
You can understand why Hamilton doesn't care to explain. It's complicated, but it is important if we're to understand why Mercedes struggle on some circuits compared to Ferrari and how that's going to decide the winner of this year's World Championship. Reason number one, the Mercedes has peaky aerodynamics.
It's always been a game with aerodynamics. You want to create a car that's got as much downforce as possible, but with it being actually available to the driver, which means that it's not just in such a peak that the car is rarely at that ride height or whatever condition to deliver that downforce. So you want a car that's very tolerant of a wide ride height range and different tyre behaviours as well. But at the same time you want more downforce, and those two things are generally conflicting.
Have you got the car that feels the same in a slow corner compared with a fast corner? Have you got a car that feels good all the way from when you first hit the brakes to when you kiss the apex to when you're leaving on the exit of that? And those subtleties are the things that makes a car handle nicely. You get your raw lap time from the power, the driver skill and the downforce level, but you get the garnish from this handling thing, and that's the thing in our car that is harder than we would like at the moment, and a challenge for us to make it better through the season.
Reason number two, because the aerodynamics work best in limited car attitudes, Mercedes have to run the suspension stiff, which harms the tyres.
If you've got the car that's sensitive to changes in ride height or roll your steer, you have to run it stiff in order to reduce the range of movement it travels through as it goes through the corner. In that instance, you're doing that to optimise the aero side of it, but mechanically, the suspension-wise, it's not configured to be optimum for tyres in terms of mechanical grip, low speed grip. So it's a trade between taking the lap time from aero and then taking the lap time from mechanical. Maybe this also leads to consuming the tyre quicker or not using the tyre in the right way or keeping it in the correct operating window.
And reason number three, the tyres wear out unequally front to rear, compounding the problem and making the car balance even worse.
A well-balanced car will yield a nice, sweet, strong performing car over a long stint, yes. So it both gives you lap time in qualifying and then an integrated effect over a run.
By contrast, Ferrari is getting it right. Their car's downforce is less peaky, meaning the car is more drivable, doesn't wear out its tyres and allows the drivers to push.
We're in the fight, and it's as much a thrill for us as it is for all of you when you watch a race and not quite know who the outcome is. The reason it's like this is because it's difficult. Ferrari are a good team, and so are we, and we are just trying to make sure that over the whole arc of this season, we exert enough performance on the track that we end up being the ones with our noses in front. But it's a hell of a fight at the moment, and extremely exciting for that.
So the task for Mercedes is simple. Less Prodigy, more Pavarotti.